Hello everyone and welcome back to the Age of the Ring mod as we finish off our guides for every single faction in the Age of the Ring mod, the final faction being Dol Guldur. Now Dol Guldur is a very interesting faction. It's the first faction that has so many new mechanics added into the game. Firstly, temporary builders. Once the builder has built the building does not come back. So you've got to keep spamming builders, which are all 100, so it's actually quite easy to spam them. Second, it's a faction that I think there is one guaranteed build that will almost always win the game. Almost always. At least against AI. I have not tested this against players because I don't have anyone to play against. But with AI, Kargast and Undead are the best combination for Dol Guldur. And I'm going to show you that build for you now. I have shown this off on the channel before. Basically, you get the hero Kargast. He has an ability at level 3 that makes your undead units, which are the orc jailers and hunters that have been necromancered away using the Spire of Sorcery's necromancy ability, which we'll talk about soon enough. And basically, we use that Spire of Sorcery, we sacrifice the orcs, and then we get a unit of undead, which have some unique abilities. First of which, I will go over soon enough, because the starting units for Dol Guldur cannot leave these areas of influence, as you can see around these slave mills and the jail. They cannot leave this area of influence without taking continuous damage. And they'll take that damage to a point that they will actually die. However, some units, such as the spiders from the spider lair, the elite orcs, which are the ravagers and the tomb god. Personally, I think the ravagers should also have the corruption that slowly kills them. Not because they need it, because they need to be weaker, but because it feels like otherwise they've got a bit too it's a bit too aggressive of an early game. Well, this requires you to first have a 4K start, which obviously not everyone's going to do. But if you do a 4K start against an AI or a player, this is the build you want to go for. It is guaranteed to win you the game. Unless the AI, unless the player or the AI are manage to somehow counter you tremendously, you will almost always win. You just need to be patient with it. So we're firstly building up 6 slave mills, so we have the full decrease in cost for our basic orcs. Unfortunately, it does not include the ravagers or the tomb guard, only the jailers and the hunters. And as I mentioned, we're going to start getting some of them now. And as you can see, we've already built quite a large base. However, the main problem with that is, firstly, our tethered shades can only come from our fortress. So every time a building has been built, there's no builder that is going to be right there saying, okay, we're going to go straight to here and here and here. It has to come straight from the fortress. Or, alternatively, you can also build the towers that can that also generate resources, small amount of resources, and can also make tethered shades. You've definitely got the biggest option for it's all very unique, I would say. So that's the best way to put it. They're all very unique. So this ability, Necromancy, or firstly slow decay. Units suffer from a basic constant damage over time effect due to Necromancer's magic draining them of and their surroundings. So this counters this. The Dark Presence counters this buff and buffs units. And that Dark Presence is, as I said, this aura here with the inscriptions on the One Ring and the helm of the Necromancer. I'm going to keep building up because we are against a Death March AI here. I am not against a hard AI. I'm against a full, brutal, I am going to make you regret choosing me AI right now. So we've got tier 3. So we've got March of the Dead. Friendly nearby undead gain movement speed and experience gain. So you're thinking, why is that a buff? Normally units don't need to be faster or gain extra experience, because These units, firstly, the ability is Intrepid Corpse, so they're immune to all fear and terror effects. And they also don't suffer any decay. Then when they reach tier 2, they basically get banner carriers. They restore their health and restore their units when outside of combat. And then at tier 5, if you get them that far, this is not an ability you should take lightly, but if you can get a unit to tier 5, there's a chance that when they kill an enemy, that enemy will become an ally. Literally, you have a unit that will kill off your opponents and then turn them into... this is Necromancy 101 for anyone that has ever seen any any zombie movie that's more fantasy based. They've got a Necromancer controlling all the zombies. You kill the Necromancer and the army dies with it. But in this case, the army just keeps feeding itself. So it's also kind of like Walking Dead, Walking Dead vibes. It's fantasy undead and also The Walking Dead. It's so beautifully done. You can see why I think this is my favourite build and my recommended build for Dol Guldur. Because you can spam your builders. Your units are super cheap. Each unit of Risen Dead is an Orc Jailer, which is 150, which you then turn into an undead corpse. Yeah, against a cavalry-focused army, this will struggle, because they can constantly charge you. But they'll eventually start decelerating, because look at this. 270. Yeah, it's still 270, but this is 5 units now. 5 units of undead. And for only 270 command points, that is massive. That means they're each under 60. Or no, they are exactly 60. But if the unit slowly dies off a bit, and there's like only 1 left, then when it reaches level 2, it starts repairing itself. And look at that, 1 hit, 1 kill. 1 hit, 1 kill on an orc. Yeah, that's an orc, but still, 1 hit, 1 kill is really good. You don't get that on normal units that cost this little. Yes, you need the extra 1,000 to make the actual building to get these units. But like, once you've got it, it's free real estate. It makes it sound dumb, but dear God, it's really good. Oh, they've got trolls. Okay. We should probably get some other things too now, other than just jailers. Or more jailers, and turn them into the undead. Okay, let's try and kill these guys off a little quicker. Running out of time here. There's an orc killing us. Troll killing us even. Oh yeah, Crimpor can make more units. Unfortunately, they can't be turned into undead. But these can. And also, like I mentioned, you've got a tower in the front line. Yeah, you may not be able to make a builder that you might not be able to keep your builders. They might be very expensive, but everything else is super cheap. Unlike with Gundabad or whatever they're called, the Orcs and Misty Mountains, you don't need to get like scavenger things because all your best unit is so cheap. Yeah, the Ravagers are good, but they're on their own against a Death March AI. You can't invest into Ravagers because if they get focused down, that's it. They're done. They're not coming back. You've spent a lot of money on that, and they're not coming back. So why spend a lot? We can spend very, very, very little getting a unit that's just as good. Exactly right. And look at the money I've got. I've got 3,000 in my savings right now that I'm not actually spending. That is insane amounts of money that I've got right now. And that's going to keep going up and up and up. So we can now start getting our elite troops, the Harbingers of Shadow, the Castellans, and even the Necromancer if we wanted to. I'm going to get Kamal first. I like Kamal. I like Kamal. Necromancer's good, but I've already got good AoE damage with all these units. Okay, let's kill off Moloch. The good thing about Kargas is as well, he's got an ability that drains life from your opponents and does this. Who else can push Moloch that far back other than Sauron? Answer is no one. No one can do that. Also, apparently he can do better things to who have the Rings of Power, which apparently also includes Thorin. So Gandalf, Elrond, Galadriel, and Thorin, watch out. Crimple's on you're on Crimple's list. You're on Crimple's list. That's fine. It's fine. These towers are so much cheaper than the rest of the towers of other factions. Yeah, you have to pay an extra 100 for the actual tower to work. But once you've done that, that's a permanent tower. Come on, kill him. Make a tower. Now, I haven't shown off this unit here, the Broken Rabble. I only make Rabble in... I only make them through this building here that Crimple can make. Because otherwise they are a waste of money. Ah, we're fine. We're fine. If they're about to kill off a unit, sacrifice it, and it'll come back like a full unit. Make sure that troll dies, please. Thank you. Okay, we are actually doing really well. Don't forget, we're currently not fighting in my base. We're fighting in the middle ground. We're fighting in no man's land, and we're actually winning because we've built a base up here. The AI doesn't know how to do that. There's a reason I chose this map against Death March. I'm still practicing against Death March. I'm not saying the second I'm good against Death March. I'm just saying I'm practicing against Death March because, yeah. If I don't practice, then I'm not going to get anywhere. So I thought, let's do it on a map I'm really going to be very good on. That's a troll I want to get rid of. Crimple, you can now make even more units if you wanted to. Which I do want you to do. Let's make another font of corruption. I haven't shown off the fount yet. It's the other resource burner you can actually upgrade by paying for it, and you can also get your siege equipment from that corrupted Entwife. And again, look at the price. Look at the price on that madness. 650 for an Ent, by the way. This isn't just like a basic unit, basic siege equipment. This is a full-on, I'm going to destroy you Entwife. The corrupted Entwives are the most annoying siege unit in the game, in my opinion. Oh, speaking of annoying things, that's the Witch King. Make the enemy army afraid and kill off the Witch King, please. Cannot let him live. If Crimple had his imprison ability, we would be much better against the Witch King right now. In fact, I'm about to lose Camor if I'm not careful. Come on, Crimple. There we go. Witch King's gone. We're good. We're good. Oh. Yeah, I may be good with Misty Mountains, but Dol Guldur, oh. With Dol Guldur, I just know how to cheese with Dol Guldur. You just go undead. There's literally no other strategy. You just go undead, you get all your powers, and you are insanely strong. I'm going to get Dark Hysteria instead of going for the tier 3 power, because the tier 3 power doesn't do much right now. And this just helps clear out the enemy base, like enemy attackers. Because these Easterlings, they're really good at killing large units. And guess what's in the middle of all those units? Oh, just some trolls I didn't want to have to deal with. So yeah, we've started making these Harbingers of Shadow. For those that don't know, they can corrupt enemy buildings and then summon wraiths for a short time when they reach level 3. They deal they reduce the armor of enemy attackers that come near. And where's the last ability? They can then deal damage over time to both allies and enemies, which we'll go over more about later, because Dol Guldur is quite literally, in a way, what Angmar is in Edain. The faction that doesn't care if your units live or die, they are just there to die. Sometimes, and in this faction, it's quite literal. You want them to die because then they come back as Risen Dead. And Risen Dead are great. Risen Dead are your best unit. Let's not confuse anything here. The Risen Dead are your best unit. Hands down, telling the truth here. Okay, we've hit our command point cap. It doesn't mean we can't get heroes. That's what I like about Age of the Ring. Your heroes cost no command points. That is perhaps one of the main reasons I'm covering more Age of the Ring and less Edine. Is just because I get to show off all the heroes. Get to show off all the cool heroes. Because I think that's why I've enjoyed this game for so long. Is playing all these cool, unique heroes that do all of this absolute madness. I love it. I really do love it. And yeah, Dol Guldur is so unique and so fun. I really cannot say give enough good praise to the Age of the Ring team for how good they've done this faction. Because normally, in most mods that have a Dol Guldur faction, if you look at Divide and Conquer or the Third Age, Total War, you see what they've done with Dol Guldur. Is this just a carbon copy of Mordor? It's a carbon copy of Mordor with things like poison weapons. Like, is that really the best you can do for a faction that, for a good portion of the early Third Age, just completely destroyed the Wooden Realm? Where are the spiders? Where is all the cool stuff? I understand why in the Total War games they don't have spiders, because the spiders break the game. But like, they could have like some like spider-related units. The living have come. And then, oh yeah, even in Edine, Dol Guldur is so is not really shown off very much. It's a fortress that deals poison damage to all enemies around it, and allows you to get Camor and a few orcs that basically just do poison damage. It feels so lackluster. And then they've done it with, and then this mod, they've made it a completely separate faction, completely unique, and not at all like Mordor. Like, I'm fighting Mordor right now, and I see no similarities between Mordor and myself. Other than, obviously, the fact we're all both tied to Sauron, the Necromancer. There's actually nothing else that links us together, other than that. Because all our units are corrupted souls that have been chained into torment, and are, yeah, there is so, and even the Nazgul, Camor has abilities that none of the other Nazgul have with Mordor, and things like Kargast. Yes, he's similar to what Karsh was originally meant to be in Edine, but he does it even better. Because the Barrow Wights and like the undead units don't suck in this game. They're amazing. They're not slow. They're more than a single entity units, except for the Castellans. The Castellans, I have a little pinch of salt. A little pinch of salt to the Orcs of Dol Guldur. Not the Orcs, the Castellans of Dol Guldur. Just a little bit of salt. But other than that, they're perfect. They're literal tanks. Because their middle ability is just saying, okay, screw you, I'm going immune to damage. Yeah, you can't attack, move, or heal, but you're a constant threat. And actually, the AI bug out around that armor Castellans when you use the incorporeal effects. They also give armor to the ally structures, and they have an ability that make enemies take more damage over time, and become wraiths. Even Mordor does. Even the Nazgul don't have this much Morgul blade effects. I am no longer what I was. And also, another thing. Corrupted units. The Blighted Trappers, the Corrupted Entwives were a beautifully done touch. Units that have been tainted by the corruption of not Sauron himself and his influence over the evil men, but have literally been tainted by constant feeding of this corruption from a forest that was once green and beautiful. It's such a well done touch, and I love it. I love this faction with all my heart. Yeah, it's amazing how much effort they put into this faction in particular. Obviously, they've done great with every faction. I'm not saying they haven't done great with any faction, but with this faction in particular, oh my god, they have put in so much. And even think unit like Thrain, a literal dwarf, an evil dwarf, not because he's evil as like the Chaos Dwarves, for example. He's evil because he's literally been fed this corruption. He is literally wanting to die. His quote even says, "Kill me." And all you do is feel pity for him. It's like what happened to Gollum in a way. He's just been corrupted by the influence of Sauron. Not been told, yeah, if you fight for me, I will give you all of this wealth and power. It's you have been turned into this wretch of a being. You have no life left in you. I've taken it from you. Oh my god, I love this faction. I cannot give it enough credit. It is so beautiful. Like, there's so much that's done with this faction. So much good stuff. And I can't wait to see what else they've got up in store for us. I mean, I remember showing off the Woodland Realm. The first time I saw the Woodland Realm, I was actually in awe. Because I thought it was going to be like, okay, it's going to be kind of like Lothlorien, or it's going to be kind of like Imladris, where it has like the awnings and stuff. But it wasn't. It was so beautiful. It was a beautiful mix between having those units and all elves. And Lothlorien is completely different as well. But yeah, oh, it is a beautiful mod. This really is a beautiful mod. And that's why I've been wanting to show off more of it recently, because it's so... And it's still more is coming out when we don't really know what else is going to happen, and I think the game just crashed. No, it's just because I was trying to build a fortress, okay. But yeah, you've got giant hounds, black wargs of Karkaroth. Oh, it's just so much good stuff. You've got spiders that make spiders. This is a... Queen Sinafra is a reference to... the War in the North game, by the way, if you don't know. She was the spider that captured Radagast in his... as he arrived to... as the companions moved into Mirkwood. And Frank's dead again. Yeah, the only problem with this faction, and the way I play them, unless you get Tomb Guards, you have no way of killing off those Great Beasts. I am actually going to start going some elite units now, I think. The Risen Dead are good, but there is a point where they start falling off. And you have to make a judgment call on when you need to tune out those units. Having your Harbingers in the Castellans, they will rip through them quite nicely if they just charge through. And you can also make all these Barrow-wights from the Fountains of Corruption if an enemy unit comes near them. But you do really need to be careful. You need to be so careful in some cases. Kargas, rip his soul out. Thank you. Oh yeah, Kargas' last ability. I have shown off in the past, but basically he just stands in one place and permanently keeps summoning restless warriors, which are basically the Risen Dead. They don't last forever, granted, but the time they do last, oh my god. That ability alone makes Kargas so strong. And it's so unique as well. No other hero in the game can just sit still and constantly make new units. They literally cannot do it. They are forced to do something else. I wonder if this will stop them from taking this building. Nope. Well, I just wasted Darkest Area. That's gonna... I think I'm gonna regret that later on. Oh, angry. Anyway, we're going to get some corrupted Entwives so we can start sieging the enemy base. And we're going to get some Ravagers. So as much as I like the Tomb Guard, they're only good against they're only really good against large units. Other than that, they really have nothing for them. You were definitely better getting Ravagers over Tomb Guards in almost every instance. If you're fighting against Rohan, you're fighting against Misty Mountains, get the Tomb Guard. They will absolutely ruin them. But in 99% of the case, you are going to want to go Ravagers because they do massive damage to buildings. They actually heal when they damage buildings, and they just do amazing. The reason I haven't shown off the spiders, by the way, if you're wondering why I haven't even made a spider building, I don't typically build spiders because they are weak to pikemen, and I have mentioned many times. I think pikemen are a bit too strong in this game, and they easily just ruin unarmored cavalry because they just get ruined, and you can't actually get any upgrades for those spiders. So yeah. Oh, that Castellan's level 5. Let's try and keep him alive. Yeah, those great beasts are going to be a pain. Ugh. No, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. No, you're fine. Yeah, Death March is not an easy not an easy AI to beat, not by a long shot. They spam their units. They make it very hard for you to come close to them, but with practice and patience, it can be done. Practice and patience, it can be done. This is where I wish I had Dark Hysteria right now. Look at that clump. Use the Forest of Gloom and Necromancer. Turn anyone that died there into our units. Crimple, fall back. Don't want you to die. Camille, whatever your name is. Your level 8 is so cool. Super cool Screech. Extra damage. It's basically the Black Breath. But then he also makes these elite Black Easterlings that will absolutely ruin anyone's day. Where are they? I want to see these Black Easterlings. Oh, we've got some of the Risen Dead here. That's what happens when a Necromancer hits you. Oh, we've got 25 power points. Do we go for the Bane of the Greenwood or do we go for the Gift of the Necromancer? Gift of the Necromancer is basically a massive area that kills everything in there and turns them into Barrow Wights. Or a Crash Bandicoot that is so motherfucking cool, I actually want to get it right now, yeah. Use Chill of the Brave. I see no enemy heroes, but don't move in. Oh, this came back quick. The Abhorred Dread. This should kill off this Orc unit. Yep, and turns them all into beautiful bones for me to kill other units with. And yeah, these hounds are so good. If you get Ring Hero Sauron, by the way, this power does instead become a Summon Nazgul ability, which is why this ability here, when the more Nazgul are around and do extra damage and armor, if you do have Ring Hero mode on, that will work. So you can actually get a bunch. You can actually get all 9 Nazgul, I think. I don't know how. I can't remember how many Nazgul you can summon with this power, but it is a lot. Anyway, we're going to summon the Abhorred Dread or the Bane of the Greenwood. Corrupts the land around it. Now then. First ability, enemies in the area take damage. Target structure is destroyed, by the way. It doesn't work on fortresses, so use it on anything other than a fortress. Yep, bye-bye structure, you're dead. And then we can summon a bunch of shades that destroy enemy units in the area. I kind of use it as a the other kind of ability, but well. Get in there. Get in there. And look at that. We've had literally no... I've not had to build... We don't even need lumber mills. We've just been constantly on the offensive with no looking back on our resources. Actually, I probably shouldn't have done that because I was going to burn my units too. Yeah, I kind of just burned the entire of my enemy and ally army. And killed a few heroes on the way, but it's fine. Necromancer, fall back. Before you do that, make a wolf. Kargas, I'm going to do something fun for me. Before you go. Well, first, let's see if we can destroy this fortress. Because then we can make a full army of Barrow Wights for free. I don't like how the Ravagers die and they all make that really loud noise. Come on, let's destroy the fortress. Come on. Do me proud. Do me proud. Let's get the spawn of Karkaroff. Let's try and bully Moloch a bit more. Bully Moloch into submission while we try and destroy the enemy fortress. Come on. I know they're going to rebuild it instantly, but I just want to do it. Because they won't be able to get any heroes for a while, and that really makes me happy. Oh, Murloc died. That actually looked really sad. That looked really sad when he died. Okay, let's get those jailers back. And yeah, Felbrood I don't recommend getting. They can trample enemy. It doesn't say may. It can. They can. And unfortunately, most factions have middle tier or early tier pikemen, so it's not good to go for anything cavalry related. However, in this case, we do kind of fall behind a bit. Get some Tomb Guard to counter the cataphracts on our doorstep. No, they killed the... Need tier 3 to get Sinafra's sisters. Which are really good, by the way. Because they have a horde of baby spiders around them. And I need another jail to keep up the spam. We just need to keep up the spam in before they come back. So yeah, this is my guide to Dol Guldur. Especially on a map like this, you can actually chill. Because there's nothing that can actually stop you. You get to a point where nothing can actually stop you. What are they hitting? Oh yeah, Sinafra has her own little descent ability, Web of Lies. And then when she levels up enough, her web, that slows enemy units down, also makes spiders. Which, by the way, is also how Shelob is summoned, if you haven't guessed. By the many, many, many times I've summoned her. Well, I've been summoned. She's been summoned against me. Get some of Sinafra's sisters. Some more Entwives. And let's even get a Blighted Trapper or two. Let's get some of them. Oh yeah, when you build a spider layer, you obviously get the infestation ability. If you're going against an enemy that is on a large map that can actually annoy you, I recommend using that infestation ability a lot. And all you need to do to get it is get the spider layer. Just get it. Just have it one. Just have one, and you'll be set for life. Okay, so let's have a look at this ability. The Necromancer erupts in flame, blasting back enemies and setting the ground around it on fire. Can't be used while using Shapeless Malice. So that's a really good ability if you want to be annoying. This also works though. Just turn all those things into dead, and then let those dead go forward and kill things. Not good against siege though. That's something to know. They're not good against siege units. They are very they're not at all like Barrow Whites with their power level. They're just kind of off of that. Yeah, Sinafra's sister, like Sinafra, can actually go over territory. This is something that has been around since BFME 2 vanilla, but it's so fun to look at. Oh, we've hit a command point cap again. Well, while we're waiting, let's get our upgrades. I don't know why I'm getting those arrows. There's only one unit that can get those arrows, and that's the Orc Hunters, and I never ever really get them. They're not bad units. They are not bad units. They're just not cost-effective units. Because unless you pay for their upgrades, they're not really that good. Although, if you do want to pay for their upgrades, they are really good. Let's show off these Black Easterlings. I want to show them off. Look at them. They've got scimitars and all. Beautiful unit. And this is why we save Darkest Area, boys. Give them the curse of eternity. Kind of sounds like Voldemort in a way. But at least when I sound like him. Anyway, we can now get the Undead Monstrosity, which is, for anyone that's played World of Warcraft, just a just stitches. It's just stitches. He's beautiful in his own way. Yeah, armor of nearby enemy units is reduced, so he's really good at killing those elite units that have armor. He has a vomit, which is in an area, poison damage, and a bit of damage on contact. Then he's got a hook, which roots enemies in place if they don't instantly die, which they will normally do. There's not much that can survive this monstrosity. Although you are against something like a troll. Hook the troll, you'll kill the troll. Let's show it off. Troll stands still. You hook it, it's now going to sit there and take everything that comes to it. You're not going to run away anywhere. You're going to stay there and you're going to die. And also, when it dies, if it expires before it dies, what does this do? Gain large experience to broken rabble. Okay. So yeah, if you're going to go for the broken rabble, which are the units that you can summon by crumple, if you didn't know, if you get them to level 2, when they die, they come back as basically slightly better risen dead. The problem is that you need to actually get them to level 2, and that's very hard to do. But Frayne can actually do that. I've never gotten Frayne to a point where I actually can use that power, so I've only just learnt about it now. Yeah, this beautiful undead monstrosity is about to... well, not about to expire. He's about to die. But if he was to expire, he would do a big explosion in the area that he dies. Best against units, he is definitely a unit killer, not an army killer. Definitely an army killer. And they've already rebuilt their fortress. Why am I... oh, not surprised. This is going to be a long fight. So I'm going to get Kargas to first use his power. And then I'm going to have him sit down. Oh, Sinafra, which is level 8, gets a heal for an active and passive scavenger. In case you ever wanted scavenger at level like 8. Yeah, Kargas now is standing still and he's raising the dead. Which we kind of want to die because that's the whole point of them. They don't last forever, they're there to die. So let's get them killed. That is their whole aesthetic. And this is a good combination as well. Using Chill of the Grave with the Necromancer, with Kamal's fear effect. Throw all your enemy units into have your enemy units in a cloud together. Then have them all die off together. Kargas, I think it might be time to flee, mate. Heroes and Entwives fall back. Rest of the army can be revived. It is not a problem. Bunch of jailers. Try and get some ravagers as well. Quit your babbling. Oh, these are the Blighted Trappers, by the way. They're a unit, not one I would normally recommend, because they're only really good against annoying enemy archers, which you don't really want to do, because you can just throw Risen Dead really quick, by the way, with Kargast into the back line. Or even if you're really smart and you're going against a faction that actually likes making good archers, such as Lothlorien or such, you can get the spiders for that. But again, I don't recommend that. The AI are very quick to reacting to cavalry in their backline. You will not be able to make that work easily. You can make it work. It is not something I would recommend, though. It's not something I personally would recommend. Yeah, look at that. These undead are faster on base than these Morgul orcs, and they're gone. Yeah, what we need to do is prepare the Gift of the Necromancer, so that's the first thing that enters, destroys the enemy army, turns them into wights, then throw in the rest of the army. This is the problem when you're going against a well-defended base, especially with Dol Guldur. They are not good at base sieges. Yes, they have incredibly powerful siege equipment, siege units. Yes, they've got very powerful units, but when sieging, they struggle because both of their powers don't do well against the fortress. If you can't destroy the fortress early on, you're going to struggle getting rid of the enemy base. That is what I've learned from my time. You really do need to focus down the enemy base somehow. Okay, we've almost got the Gift of Necromancer. We're going to use that straight on this army. kill it off, have our full army, fully healed, go straight into enemy base as fast as possible. I see you. Just throw that in there to slow down the great beast. Okay, we can get the gift. I'm going to get the gift, and I'm not going to use it yet. I'm going to wait till we get to the base, because yeah, he stepped on a pike and he is now dead. I think. I can't tell. Oh, those Morgul Vanguard, they are tanky. Kill those orcs behind them. They're annoying me. I want to make the spawn of Karkaroth right on that catapult to show them why they should not make catapults. But I can't. There's not enough space. It is too late for you. Gotta make sure to keep making that hound. It is really good, and it can live through most things. There we go. Okay. Get those endwives lined up so we can get them while we're attacking. We're saying we can use from here. Okay, stop that now. We're not in a worry with our command points anymore. For now. Our units are doing well. Actually, no, save that. Save that for a good occasion. There's some of their army. Let's give them Necromancer. Turn them straight into whites. Keep throwing that into their base. The best thing about this is, yes, it's not good against destroying bases, but all those units that are surrounding the enemy buildings, they are going to instantly die. This troll right here, slow death, but he's going to die. Surrounded by barrow whites. And now he is a white. And let's see all these whites attack this base. This barracks right here. Not the best damage, admittedly. Not the best. But not the worst either. I'm going to have this circle the enemy base. So that's another troll dead. Cataphracts. Turn into barrow whites. Yes, this also affects our army if we touch it. I'm fairly certain it only works on undead unit. Oh yeah, it just says all units, friend or foe, get turned into white wraiths. I don't know if this works on all things though. I think things like the dead don't get affected by it. I'm not going to test it because I don't want my units to die. Not yet. We're doing really well here. We're doing really well. I think we can actually destroy the forces with this. I'm going to get Wither because, like the Lothlorien ability, there goes all their buildings. Well, not all of them, but it's a larger area than the Lothlorien power. Although I do think the Lothlorien power is stronger. The Lothlorien power is definitely stronger than our building destroying power. By a smidgen, yes, but that smidgen does count. Some more spawn of Karkaroth. Necromancer, I want you to just walk into enemy base. Look at that, barrow whites killing great beasts. I love these units. I love the faction of Dol Guldur. They've got no arm. They've got no. Oh yeah, completely forgot about this unit here. I completely forgot they had a new unit. I completely forgot about it. I'm so annoyed now. I actually want this. I actually want them to die so I can show this off. I have never actually used this unit, the Unburied Whites. I completely forgot it existed. I, no joke, completely forgot it existed, and I really want to show it off now. So I'm going to stop deconstruction on Entwives. I want to make sure the enemy is left with no builders, so kill off all their builders. Make sure they have no builders left. And get rid of that siege works, so I want to get rid of that siege works. Those Morgul Vanguard, though, Jesus Christ. Show me these Unburied Whites. I want to see them so badly. I completely forgot this unit existed. I never showed it off on my. Well, it's a brand new unit. I completely forgot it existed. I've only seen the AI use it, and I completely forgot it existed. And I kept thinking to myself, why can I never find this unit? it's because it's not actually a unit you can get from any of your barracks. It's a building. It's a unit you can only get through the Barrow-White lair, and if you have played at least made the Necromancer once. So it's another elite unit you can only make 3 of, like the Castellans and the Harbingers. So the elite, strong versus elite and upgraded units. Oh dear. Okay, we're just getting back. Yeah, at this point now, we make so much money, we don't really care. We've got all our command points again. So yeah, lights go out. I don't like this ability, don't follow the lights. The AI normally don't actually even look at this power when it comes out. Like, there you go, there's a shade. Anyone going to pay attention to it? Hello, hello. Anyone going to focus this thing? Hello. There we go, they focused it. Okay, so this is the unit. Biting Cold. Nearby enemy units suffer armor and damage reduction, and debuffs increase by 10% for each time Unburied gain a level. Ooh, and up to level 5. Ravenous Hunger. Attacks against living units restore health to the Unburied Whites. That is very selective. Fighting against another Dol Guldur faction, you're going to struggle using this power. But otherwise, you're going to be fine. Black Winds. For 10 seconds, the Unburied Whites gain armor, damage, speed, immunity to fear, and for after 10 seconds, the Unburied White battalion is destroyed. Oh my gosh, that's a very risky power. Because not only do you need to get the units to level 3 to make it work, but then you kill it off afterwards. So that is a win or die situation kind of power, that is. That is a win or die situation. Let's show off the Fellbrood once. Show it off once. Just to say we did. Just to say I made it at least once. Let's show it off. Alright, Spell of Concealment. Our buildings are now invisible. I've made my fortress invisible. And yet they've lost all their builders now. The power completely killed off all their builders. Let's just destroy this now with the with this. I forget what it's called. Can I hit both buildings with this, I wonder? Will that work? Oh, it worked! Oh! I love this faction so much. I love it so much. I think this faction and Imladris are the 2 I would actually play competitively with. Because I play them so well. I know exactly what to do with them. Gondor, Rohan, yeah, it's kind of easy to play with them. But Dol Guldur and Imladris, they are my factions. I would take them to a tournament and I would do really well with them, I think. People would actually try to find ways to beat my way of playing. But anyway, I hope you've all enjoyed. This was the last of the guides for Age of the Ring. I think next the plan is to make some free-for-all battles. And even practice against Death March even more. Before going to something else. I'm waiting to see if the Dying mod bring out the next part of their mod. Or if Age of the Ring brings out another patch or special maps. Not sure what's going to happen yet. But until then, I hope you've all enjoyed. And ta-ta for now.